I'm Samantha Black, Editor-in-Chief of ScienceBoard, and I'm here today with Raphaël Ognar, who is CEO of NKILT Therapeutics. Thanks for joining us, Raphaël.
First, it's great to be back in person and to have the opportunity to finally meet people beyond the screen, getting a little fatigue of Zoom. But more importantly, SITC is really a great networking and scientific event. And I'm very pleased to see how the science is dramatically evolving and moving forward, particularly in the cell therapy space. I remember 10 years ago, it was more about all the checkpoints and all this targeted therapy. And now we have so many new cell therapy, new technologies. It's really amazing. Absolutely. So I'm the CEO and co-founder of NKILT Therapeutics. It's really stealth mode biotech that we just created with my co-founders. We are a small group of experts in immuno-oncology who've been all in the industry or in the science for another 20 to 30 years. And we really had a common idea of trying to continue the fabulous work made by all these people creating new technology, new platform, but with our own spin and then our own ideas. And so, unfortunately, I cannot say much about the details of the technology because we are at very early stage. We are working on our IP. But what I can say is that, as probably the name helps understanding, we're going to be an NK cell-based cell therapy. And we are creating a new form of binding for those NK cells to create a CAR NK that will have a new technology to bind to the tumor and to hopefully have better effect not only on the tumor themselves and have the NK cells killing those tumors, but also leveraging the innate immunity of the NK cells to educate the rest of the immune system and have the immune system also killing those tumors. So, in a nutshell, it's like everybody is telling you it's the next thing that's going to happen in immunotherapy, but we believe we're going to bring maybe something interesting to the table.
Okay, so when can we expect to hear something from you guys?
We hope that by the end of first or mid-second quarter next year, we'll be able to expand a little bit more and share a bit more details about the technology itself. As I mentioned, we're not a spinoff from academic centers. We are creating the platform ourselves, and that takes maybe a little bit longer and requires a little bit more work, but we are also very much open for partnerships with the scientists, with the academic centers, eventually cancer centers. And we believe that by second quarter next year, we'll be able to have something that we can disclose a little bit more. So there are a lot of things actually at this meeting, and there are probably too many. I actually discussed this with some of my co-founders, and I said, if you were to pick one or two, he said, I can't. There are 10, there are 15. That to me is great because it means that the dynamic is there, that we continue despite the pandemic thrown at us, despite all the challenges we're facing, the science continues to evolve and the people continue to have brilliant ideas. So I will probably in a biased way talk about one particular technology because it's close to my heart. It's the new CAR macrophages that were presented in a late breaking by Charisma. Because I know very much that team, and I think it's a brilliant technology. It's the first time that we are bringing CAR macrophage into patients, and I can't wait to see how they're going to evolve and what would be the results when they're going to be able to have more patients. But these are the type of new advances that probably 5-6 years ago we were even not thinking about. So I think it's brilliant. It's very aspiring, and if we can do as good as them, I'll be happy. So I think this industry needs money to be able to expand and function. And when we are in early stage, like our company, it's probably really the biggest challenge is to ensure that we get the money we need to be able to move to the next step. but we don't necessarily want to get it at all cost also. I am very strong on reinforcing the need to partner with the people you work with. Even if you have investors working with you, they are your partners. They are in that boat with you. So you want to be sure that you're choosing the right ones. Even it's maybe not the one that's going to give you the biggest money, but maybe it's the one that's going to be by your side from beginning to end. And the human dimension has become extremely important to me and to my co-founders. We do that for the science, for the cancer patients, but also because the journey is worth it. Working with people that are brilliant, that are doing pushing boundaries, it's just a blessing every day. Yeah, so it's really so part of the idea to go with natural killer cells is because they are very good candidates to use allogeneic technology versus autologous technology that comes with a lot of challenges in terms of process and manufacturing approaches. What we have learned in the past decade is that we can push boundaries. We can really go and do things that I think we were even not thinking were possible a few years ago. But with all those NK cell-based companies or platform, some would say, why another one? Why is it needed? And I think the response to this is, first, we believe we're going to have an idea that's going to be slightly different, and I think everybody will tell you that, because if you don't believe in your story, who will? But more importantly, every time someone succeeds or fail in something, we all learn. And I think we can only succeed in beating cancer by competing against each other, but also working together on that. And every time I have a competing potential company that is successful, it's another stone to our path to beat cancer. And that's, to me, the most important thing. And cancer still wins. So we will still need more and more companies to bring new therapies, because it's going to work for one cancer and not another one. There was fantastic work presented by Dr. Markel about work in brain cancer for kids, where it's the first time that we could see some CAR technology working in solid tumor. Some say, yeah, but it's a cherry picking of solid tumor. It's just a different tumor than the regular solid tumor. Okay, so what? It works. That's what matters. Mm-hmm. Someone else will find a different technology to work on another tumor. And the work that these groups do will help finding that next solution for another tumor. So I think there's room for everybody. So it's always tricky, because I think every story is different, but I would say a couple of things. The choice of the people that are around you is very important, because you're going to live and breathe your project every day. You're going to have moments where you're going to be tired of it, because you're going to see that you are maybe hitting a roadblock. You're going to have moments where you're going to have a lot of excitement. And so I think the team that you put together to do this is extremely important. I will insist on another aspect. You never succeed alone. Never. That's the way for me to look at it. So have the humility of accepting that you're going to need someone else no matter what. It can be someone that's going to have experience, or it can be someone that's going to have a specific expertise that you don't have. But work really hard on finding the right people around you, and just never give up. You just never give up. You have to continue to push. I found very humbling all those entrepreneurs that keep pushing their ideas, even sometimes against the current. And sometimes it's a bad idea. Sometimes it's a great idea that is too early. Sometimes it's an idea that people don't understand. But there's always something. So believe in your project. You are the one that has to tell people that they have to believe in you. So if you don't believe in it, it's not going to happen. And get ready for a roller coaster ride. That's what is fun. It's also what is tiring, but that's what is fun. So it's very interesting that you asked that question, because I spent 25 years almost in the pharma and biotech industry, of which most of it was in corporate world, doing great work globally, launching products, developing drugs, very exciting, and things were very well mapped out. And since I started the entrepreneurship work, it's a continuous unknown situation. Everything changes almost every week or every month. And I don't think I'm capable of telling you what's next to me. What's next is what I'm doing currently, is what I'm putting 100% of my time, of my brain, of my faith. And maybe in 5 years I'll be CEO of NKILT and expanding. Maybe NKILT is going to die in 3 months. I don't know. I'm sure it won't, but more importantly is that as long as I have energy, I will do what I'm doing, because cancer patients deserve the best of us, no matter what. We all get exposed to cancer, all of us, family members, friends, and cancer doesn't stop. So we shouldn't stop. So my next thing is going to be to continue to fight cancer, that's for sure.
Great. Well, best of luck, Raphaël.
Thank you.
I know it's going to be successful, and we look forward to great things to come.
Happy to talk in a few months to show you the next step. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.